You just have to be willing to put yourself out there. And once you do, the magic will begin to happen. I'm happy to use my life as an example so that others can learn. You may have to let some things go before you become successful. Success looks different on everybody, and so does the process. Some of you want success but don't want to let go of the exact thing that's in your way of obtaining success. You can't have it both ways. Welcome to Living Your Truth with Tavares. Wow, thank you. I am living in my blessing. Thank you so much. This is great. Wow. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. How is everybody doing? What's up to everybody up top? What's up to everybody in the middle? And what's up to everybody down here around me? How y'all doing today, man? I am so grateful to be back with y'all again. Season 8, episode 7. We are talking about reframe and redirect. How many of us can utilize this opportunity to turn things around, to redirect ourselves? Look, refocusing enables you to elevate people out of the place where they are stuck and point them toward another part of a larger topic where they can elevate and get beyond whatever it is they may be held back by. Reframing and redirecting. You know, when we reframe, we give ourselves the opportunity. We give ourselves an opportunity to look at things a little different, okay? The difference between reframing and redirecting, refocusing or reframing turns what could be seen as a negative attribute and turns it into a positive asset. Redirecting, very similar, but with more emotional focus. Now, I know a lot of us could use this, y'all. I know it. This is why I'm talking about it. Because language is important. Language is important. Not only the language that we talk to ourselves with and other people with, but how we label things. Look, if we label it a problem, it's going to be a problem. And then what happens after that? The body does something. Yep, you start to feel things because those words are attached to emotions. And chances are they may be things from your past. Yeah. So reframing helps with this, and so does redirecting. Now, I know sometimes we are in the heat of the moment and things could be difficult, but give yourself the opportunity to look at things a little different. You ever hear someone tell you, just give it a moment? Sleep on it. Give it a second. That's because sometimes we need that extra beat. We need that moment to allow ourselves to process. You know, children can, we can learn something from children because a lot of times they battle with this, and sometimes we have to help them to redirect and show them the more appropriate behaviors. We have to be able to guide the child to an alternative, more appropriate way, right? Right. And it's also helping the child to gain some self-control in this mode, okay? Sometimes we have to redirect verbally, physically, right? Because, sometimes we like to act out. Some people want to throw things. Some people want to shout. We don't want to exacerbate the situation either. So give yourself a moment and know that you're worth it. You're worth the effort it takes to reframe and redirect, okay? I get that it can be difficult, but look, this is a part of what we're involved with as we live our truth. Some of the things that are obstacles for us, we have to rise to the occasion and overcome them. Don't run from yourself in this space. You're hearing from someone who has struggled with reframing often. And this is why I'm talking about it, because I did not and I have not given up on myself. In fact, redirecting has helped me quite a bit. It's helped me really look at where I'm at and be more present in the moment. So there's a whole lot of good things that come from redirecting or reframing. They're very important, okay? Redirection is a simple but versatile technique that helps you gently guide Okay, you hear that? Gently guide a person from a challenging behavior to a more positive one, even a child too. It involves calmly stopping an inappropriate behavior, acknowledging and validating yourself, your feelings, and steering them toward a better way to express their emotions. That's you. We want to help you steer toward a better way to express your emotions. And that's what we're talking about today on Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back.
Sit tight. We're paying some bills, and we'll be right back.
Experience the mind-expanding powers. It's psychedelic, baby. That's what it's all about.
Hey, come outside. Check out my new car I just got from Riverside Premier Motors. They hooked me up. Riverside Premier Motor has everything you're looking for in a vehicle. Dependability, gas saver, mid-size, full-size, SUVs, and luxuries. Bad credit, no credit, bankruptcies, no worries. Financing is available. Riverside Premier Motors is a pre-owned late model dealer that provides customers with a complete automotive experience, Carfax, and competitive prices. Riverside Premier Motors is dedicated to customer satisfaction. We're passionate about our cars, and we intend on sharing that passion with our customers. Come by today and check out our affordable inventory of dependable cars. Riverside Premier Motors is located in Riverside. From the 91 East, take the 215 North and exit La Cadena. Or call us 951-682-7770, 951-682-7770, or hit us up online, www.riversidepremiermotors.com.
What you say?
I heard it through the grapevine.
Remember, practice positive self-talk. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. What's up, everybody? I'm Tavares.
Hey, yo, this is Eminem.
And there's only one podcast to be listening to. That is Living Your Truth with Tavares. Yo, M, thanks for the love. Welcome back to Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. Today we're talking about reframe and redirect. And look, I know this can be difficult in the moment, but you guys are worth it. You can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. So let's keep going along. Respectful redirection. That is a thing, okay? And it's a quick, in-the-moment strategy to give corrective feedback to people. You get yourself or your friends, look, you get their attention without making a big deal about it. Using a calm tone, neutral body language, and clear, concise wording. Neutral body language, I like that right there, okay? Very important. Shout out to understood.org. Thank you for that. Look, there's a way to do this respectfully. Again, it's a quick in-the-moment strategy to correct what's going on. Don't make a big deal. Be cool, be calm, be collected, clear and concise. And this is what it takes, even with ourselves. So I'm not just talking about redirecting and reframing our children, although there's a whole lot that we can learn from that too. Because children, a lot of times, they're looking to us for guidance. They're looking to us for direction. So we got to know what to do in these spaces. There are several ways to redirect bad behavior. Reduce electronic use. Model appropriate behavior. Be consistent with expectations. Complement positive behavior. That last one's important. Very important. How many of us do that? How many of us do it with our significant others or our children? Are you complimenting positive behavior? That's important. That will help to curb that appetite For the bad behavior, reframing and redirecting is something that we can do consistent, okay? If we put in the time and the effort. And one of the key things about redirecting is consistent language. There's that word again. Language matters. I think a lot of us get really caught up in taking language for granted. Look, you can't just be saying things because that's energy. And what goes around comes around. That's right. So if you out there giving away bad energy, guess what's going to happen? It's going to come right back to you. It always finds its way right back to you. In language is no different. Consistent language is key for effective redirection. Okay? Very, very key. It's key because people need to associate the same words with undesirable actions. It is important to use the same steps and words if people continue to repeat the same behavior. Consistency is key when reinforcing positive behavior and deterring negative behaviors. Super, 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 super key. So we got to be consistent with our language. We can't blow our tops. We can't exacerbate the situation. We have to be in this to win this, okay? We have to be consistent, okay? This takes effort. Again, this is why I'm talking about it, because I know reframing and redirecting is not an easy task, especially when we're in the moment. When we're in the heat of the moment or a conversation about life, maybe money, it could be anything. And we know how we can get as people. We can become very narrow-minded, okay? We can become very one-sided. So give yourself the opportunity to hear some information that may be important to you. Be available when you're gathering to share knowledge. Don't turn away from it. Don't run away from it. Don't push back on it, because there may be some very important information that you need to hear to help you reframe and redirect. This is about opportunity, people. It's about opportunity, and it's about showing it to yourself and giving yourself the benefit of the doubt. Be obedient to your greatness. Rise to the light in your life. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We will be right back.
Get your next nutrition coach at thebodysynthesis.com today.
It takes a certain kind of man to run a farm and ranching business in California. It's not just a living, it's a way of life. And before you can be that man's banker, you'd better understand that way of life. That's why employees of Chase Bank like Bill Hillebrand spend some of their time outside of the bank. They pull on their boots, roll up their sleeves, and find out firsthand what ranching is all about. So no matter what your business, get to know a banker who knows what the business is all about. A man like Bill Hillebrand, a bank like Chase Bank, JP Morgan Chase, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey everybody, Tavares here.
What's happening? Straight out of Detroit Rock City, this is Kid Rock.
And you are rocking with us at Living Your Truth with Tavares podcast. Kid Rock, what up? Thank you.
Welcome back to Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. Today we're talking about reframe and redirect and what it means to redirect someone. Look, if you redirect someone or something, you change the course or destination. Some of us need our destinations changed. And some of them need them changed more often than others. Nothing wrong with that. No shame, no shade. I'm not laughing at you. It's okay. But I do understand how difficult that can be because I've been there. That's why I'm laughing. I'm thinking to myself like, damn, remember the time that you could have afforded to use some reframing and redirect methods. Instead, you did the opposite. You made things worse. So I could talk about this. And I could talk about how we can politely redirect someone, because I do know it could be awkward, right? Especially with our friends or our family. Redirection can be powerful, though, okay? It could be a powerful tool, okay? When you need to move away from an awkward, uncomfortable conversation, all right, you can really utilize this opportunity to make this happen. All right. And in fact, you can suggest things by saying things like, as far as I'm concerned, this topic is off the table and I am not engaging. That's a great way to redirect someone politely, because it takes all of the gust out of their sails. And then you can move on. And that's what it's about, right? Life is difficulty, opportunity, overcoming, repeat. That's what it is. And this is what we all go through. This is why reframing and redirecting can be a strong, positive tool to use if need be. A verbal redirection is like redirecting a person by telling them what not to do, immediately followed by what to do. Like, remember, we don't throw balls in the house. Again, another cool way, remember, don't want to overdo it. Don't want to be all, exacerbating the situation, and you don't want like threatening body language. So just make yourself available and things will also go your way. And again, think positive. You don't want to go into, look, if you're going to reframe or redirect, and again, I'm talking about the self. So this isn't about us reframing or redirecting someone else. These skills I'm discussing, these opportunities I'm discussing are about us working on ourselves, okay? The 3 R's of redirection. Did you know there were 3 R's? I didn't even know that. But this is why we do the show, because we like to share, love to inform. The 3 R's are reinforce, remind, and of course, redirect. Now, the 3 R's makes the most of the power of communication to provide behavioral support while recognizing the realities that make processing language difficult for people who are coping with stress and trauma. The basis of the 3 R's is to understand all behaviors in communication: reinforce, remind, redirect. These opportunities that we have to be in this space are to better ourselves. So please be clear about that. I'm not just here spewing out things just to do it. This is about reminding ourselves that there are tools that we have at our disposal if we take the time to utilize them, to go find them, do the research. You're totally worth it. When you get confronted with stressors or situations that may stress you out, I know you don't like reacting to them. I know you would rather respond to them in a way that doesn't have you break out in a sweat and start yelling or spewing negative vibrations about things in your past, because we all know how we could allow something to spin a little out of control. First, you're talking about the topic at hand. All before you know it, you are talking about last year and something that happened last summer. And now you done lost the conversation because everything you're saying has no direction. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We will be right back.
Cerritos Wheel and Custom is having their biggest parking lot sale ever. As a matter of fact, it's so big it will cover 2 full days, this Friday and Saturday. Cerritos Wheel and Custom's Bellflower location has thousands of tires and wheels at unbelievable prices. And when they say unbelievable prices, they mean Centerline Hellcat 16x8 aluminum wheels for only $239.95 each, or Dynomax Performance exhaust for your car, van, or truck, only $19.99. The new GT 17x8 Mustang wheels for as low as $99.99 each. And with the purchase of any wheels and tires, receive 2 free laps at the Malibu Grand Prix. Good at their location locations in Fountain Valley or Anaheim. Talk about bargains? You'll find them at Cerritos Wheel & Customs' huge parking lot sale this Friday and Saturday in Bellflower, 1 block north of the 91 freeway on Bellflower Boulevard. Remember, here's your chance to really clean up with fantastic buys for your car, van, or truck. It's the Cerritos Wheel & Customs big parking lot sale this Friday and Saturday at Cerritos Wheel & Custom on Bellflower Boulevard in Bellflower.
Hey, Tavares here from Living Your Truth with Tavares. Always take time for your mental health. You matter. You are very important, and many people love having you around. So take the time for your mental health. I know life can get crazy. I know we all get busy. I know we got to be here, there, here. Oh yeah, and can't forget that meeting. I get it. But take the time to give yourself enough time so that you can cruise along into your day and about your day. There's no need to be playing catch up throughout the day. We all hate that feeling. I know I do. I can't stand rushing. It gets on my last nerve. So I do myself the honor and the privilege of giving myself a bit more time just so that I don't have to rush. There's no need to build up all that angst, all that cortisol inside your body, all that adrenaline. It's not good for you. So give yourself the time and have a great day. We'll see you next week.
La indeed, la did that. La indeed, la did that.
What's up, y'all? It's Tavares.
Hi, rockers. This is Billy Idol.
And you are listening to Living Your Truth with Tavares podcast. Billy, what up?
Wait. I got John Wait. I got John
Welcome back to Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. Today we're talking about reframe and redirect, okay? And of course, we know that there are a lot of things that also trigger these situations that I speak of right now, right? Because sometimes, things happen. When we are feeling triggered, this is an opportunity for us to pause and use reframe and redirect. Because when we don't, things get bad. And some of those triggers of bad behavior, well, they may include feeling unhappy and feeling unhappy for no reason. I call it slipping into the program. You ever be in a state of mind where things are going great? Maybe you just came from a good run or you just came from a good experience. All of a sudden, you're just feeling unhappy. You have no idea why. You're like, how did I get here? A large part of that is because the brain is a memory of the past. It's a record of the past. And a lot of the times, those memories are attached to emotions. And sometimes when we are just kind of like, I guess, moseying along throughout the day, we don't really give it much thought. The mind has a way of going there. Maybe a smell reminded us of a person. Maybe it was a color. Maybe a song came on. And then all of a sudden, boop, you're feeling unhappy. Don't even know why. Another trigger, bad behavior, could be frustration. Are you frustrated? Reframe that. Redirect that. That's an opportunity. Bored or resentful. I've been there. I've experienced both of those. Of course, stressed and anxious is another trigger for bad behavior. These are triggers that come from outside of you. They're like an alarm sounding and can be something you see or hear, like I just mentioned. They may come from different situations, maybe even part of your day. Just don't know, right? Again, an opportunity to reframe and redirect. Look, again, I said it earlier at the beginning of the podcast. If I label something a problem, then it's a problem. If I label the person who cut me off as an ass, then that person's an ass. But if I reframe that and say, well, I guess they're in a rush, let me get over and switch lanes. There's no stress. There's no pressure. Everything's good. I'm still going about my business. They're going about their business. All is well. The problem is a lot of us want to react. We want to flip the bird. We want to cuss somebody out. We want to make them feel how they made us feel. The trip is that some of us are willing to go to extraordinary lengths to prove that point. Why? Why are you willing to chase down someone you don't know because they cut you off 2 miles ago? This is an opportunity for you to reframe and redirect instead of just giving in to what you are used to. Once again, the brain is a record of the past. It is attached to emotions and vibrations. And sometimes those things will come to the surface if we allow them to. So a part of this is being present. A part of this is showing up to your greatness and being obedient to your greatness. A part of this is self-control. Gotta have self-control. The greatest power on earth. I believe that. You master yourself, you master your universe. It's really that simple. But a lot of us, we rather feed into the negativity. I just don't quite get it. But I do understand the concept about misery loving company. And we also got to be mindful of the people that we're around. Are you around people that are bringing your vibration down? Are you around people that are motivating you in a negative direction? I mean, these are things that we have to consider because when it comes to reframing and redirecting, there are so many things that go on outside of ourselves that can easily put us in this space where things can get ugly. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We will be.
You know how hard it is to keep going? I mean, do you really understand what it takes to keep going? What it takes to wake up in the morning and hit the gym 6 days a week. The thought process that goes into that mindset. The conviction that goes into those tasks. I mean, you gotta believe in yourself because believing in yourself is believing in the possibilities of you. See, if I'm lacking on myself, then I'm gonna pay the price. And this is why I don't concern myself with what other people think of me. If I cared about what people thought of me, if I cared about what haters said, I'd never get anything done. And I'm so proud of myself because I'm always getting things done. The cool thing about being wrong is that you can get it right. See, there's always a lesson to be learned if you allow yourself to be available to that. Some people look at other people when they're wrong and they want to say, oh, you're a bad person. I say, you're about to get better. Because I would never understand success without failure. See, I dare people all the time to really be who they want to be and not be what they have been pre-programmed to be. We are all born in this life, into this world, pre-programmed. I think we can all agree to that because when you're born, you have a mother and a father, or maybe you don't have either. Maybe you're born into a foster system. Everywhere that you're looking as you're growing up, you are being influenced on how to think, how to speak, and you're also being influenced on perhaps what you should wear, the kind of job you should have. I find it rather interesting that everybody has something to always say when change is happening. Not everyone has the guts to change. That's why I stepped right into it. I used to be fearful of that. This is why I can speak on this. But now, I acknowledge fear. I address it and move right past it. Fear no longer paralyzes me like it paralyzes many people that I know. Even those that I help to transform, they too are fearful. They're fearful of the unknown. But I ask you, what are you afraid of? Is it because you're so used to doing things a certain way? I mean, really, what is it that has you so fearful? Why is it that when other people change, you may find yourself questioning that change or doubting that change? Me? I embrace that change. I've learned to love that change. I've learned to own that change. People are always taking shots at me. But guess what? Those shots are always missing. They never come close to my core. They don't come close to my spirit because my aura is too bright. My light is too bright. I move with too much love. There's that word again. I'm so grateful and thankful for who I am. You can't knock me off my pedestal. It will never happen. I've tangled with some of the best of them, but I rise above all of them. No, it's not arrogance. That's me being confident in who I am and what I am capable of. I no longer become frustrated with haters and the naysayers. I look at them and smile, flash my megawatt smile, and keep it moving. Because won't nobody knock me off, and won't nobody slow me down. I lift as I rise, and that is what's important to me, to lift as I rise. It's about me, but it's not always all about me, and I recognize that too. Each one teach one. One of the truest lessons I've ever learned. However, not everyone is ready to learn. People are not ready to let go of their past because that's all they know. And instead of focusing on their future, they romance about their past, which keeps them from changing. I say this with a full heart and a gentle smile. Do you, because nobody else will. Focus on you, because nobody else will. Love yourself first, because nobody else will. It all starts with the self. Whatever you want, you can have, but you first gotta believe in yourself. And to believe in yourself is to believe in the possibilities of the unknown.
My style is the best. Perhaps I was talking when I should have been listening. My style is the best.
Is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. Today we're talking about reframe and redirect, okay? And how these opportunities can really help you, right? If we just take the moment. You got to do the work. You have to be willing to do the work. And look, practice makes perfect, so try it out. How do we reserve the negative? How do we reverse negative behaviors? Because remember, reframing and redirecting is also a part of that continuum to help us, redirect, right? And of course, we eventually want to reverse the negative behaviors, okay? Notice the good. Got to notice the good. Are you putting yourself in a position to notice the good? Or are you so much in your own way that you can't even see the good? Be available to see and notice the good. Number 2, express gratitude regularly. This is pretty cool right here. I do this because, when we're in that space of showing gratitude and showing gratefulness, it makes it possible for us to be in this space so we can, get closer to ourselves. Next, compliment other people regularly. This is cool. So again, you're hearing this narrative, right, about showing gratitude, complimenting people. Notice your breath. Breath work is great. I do a 4-4-4 method where I breathe in for 4 seconds, I hold it for 4 seconds, and then I exhale for 4 seconds. The last 2 numbers, sometimes I'll increase or lengthen because I'm looking to go into a premeditative state of mind. That's why breath work, I think, is great. Also, bounce back from your challenges. It's okay to get knocked down, but are you getting back up? Don't stay down there. What's down there? Nothing's down there. You get back up. You get back up because when you make that choice, you are now on the other side of your decision. And a lot of the times, that's where the gems are. The gems are in the unknown. We have to learn to trust the unknown. Sometimes that is where you want to go. And then, of course, cultivate compassion. Are you showing grace to others? Well, first, are you showing it to yourself? Because in order to give it to others, you have to give it to yourself. So are you being patient with yourself? Are you showing yourself grace? Or are you, belittling yourself? Are you practicing positive self-talk? Because that also helps to reframe and redirect. See, this is all connected, y'all. It's all connected. Some of the ways to fix bad behavior: change your environment. Before we went to break, I was talking about this. I was talking about who you're around, who you have around you. That matters too. If you have friends with bad energy and they're around you a lot, you can, be infected by that. Yeah, it's true. And if you have a journey that you're on, it is okay to remove people from your immediate space so that you can protect your journey. Don't be afraid to protect your journey. It's your journey alone. No one else can even really comment. I mean, they can say what they want, but what they say is not going to, nor should it, impact your journey and what you're doing on your journey. You could even change your friends if you need to, if it's that serious. Or you could pause the friendship and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go do some self-work. How about we reconnect in about 6 months? That's totally cool. I see nothing wrong with that because here's the thing. When you're going through an evolution, when you're putting in the work, sometimes you want to be doing it by yourself. And it's not just to be alone, but it's probably to, take in all that information. And you want to be intentional about it. And who wants to be worried about neglecting their friends when they're doing self-work on themselves? Yeah, me neither. So I'd rather call my friends up and say, hey, I'll catch you in 6 months. I'm going to go do this retreat. I want to better myself. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up, everybody? Please say a prayer for those over in Turkey and continue praying for those in Ukraine. The world, as we all know, is going through a very dark time right now. So please, let's shine a light and show love. Thank you. And until the next time, be the best versions of yourself. Peace. Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. I am him. Today we're talking about reframe and redirect. I'm so excited to be here with you all, as I always am. This has been a great conversation. I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down because it feels good, right? Right. Look, I learn new things all the time, and I love learning new methods or new tools, skills, things to help me be better as a person. Okay. And sometimes emotional detachment can be a problem. So again, this is where I'm going with this. Okay? Emotional detachment is when you or others are disengaged or disconnect from others emotionally. We all know people like this. Maybe it's us. And again, this is why we're talking about reframe and redirect. It may stem from an unwillingness or an inability to connect with others. Who knows? It can stem from childhood. Okay? There are usually two general types. In some cases, you may develop emotional detachment as a response to a difficult or stressful situation. I have been there. Remember, language. How are we labeling things? If I label somebody a problematic individual, then they're gonna be a problematic individual, whether I know them or not. Because when I say these things to myself, I'm already setting this experience in motion. Haven't even given this person a chance, don't even know them, but immediately I'm judging them. This is why we shouldn't judge. This is why, because it has a tendency to exacerbate a situation. It has a tendency to really take on a life of its own if we let it, right? We've all been there. We've all been there. So let's be more about ourselves. Let's focus more on ourselves. When we love ourselves, it shows up in everything around us. I talk about this all the time. So it's very, very, very important. When it comes to us men, look, we're pretty simple for the most part, right? But I know there's people who would disagree with that. Again, we can reframe and we can redirect. We like a genuine sense of humor, intelligence, and empathy and confidence, us men, right? And that's just to name a few things. But we do struggle. We struggle when we come home from work. Some men don't want to be talked to. They go in the room and shut the door. We have to reframe even that. That's an opportunity. How are you labeling home when you come home from work? How are you looking at your partner when you come home from work? You understand where I'm going with this? Parents, how are we labeling the kids when we get home from work? Are we saying these damn kids, I gotta go in this house and cook food and do the laundry? You did. Look, if you're talking like that, then you're going to produce that environment. You're going to produce that experience. You are the producer of your life movie. You're the director. You're the actor. I mean, you're all of it. These situations just don't appear out of nowhere. Our problems aren't there to make us unhappy. Our problems are there for us to wise up and rise to the occasion. There is messaging inside that problem. Are you looking at it? Are you looking for the message? Or are you on the surface? Because if you're on the surface of the problem, well, you're not going to get too far. You're going to allow yourself to continue to react and not respond. And we are working towards solutions. Remember, solution-based mindset. We are working towards solutions to reframe and redirect so that we are not meeting our stressors with the same old response, or in this case, reaction. Don't you want to do things different? Don't you want it so that an obstacle comes your way and you're like, oh, been here before. I know what this is. Got it. Check that box. I'm good. And now you're done. Now you're done. Practice. We have to practice reframing and redirecting. This is how it sticks. Practice, practice, practice. Practice like your life depends on it, because it probably does. If you're struggling with vibration and you're struggling with being happy or being in a good mood or just relaxing, try to reframe and redirect. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. We'll be right back. Don't forget to pick up my new book, Kissed by the Wind, A Book of Poems and Passions, Volume 3, out now on Amazon Books. Go ahead and search Tavares Allen Garrett and get yourself a copy. Thank you for your support.
People don't even listen to a body of work anymore. I think people are so brainwashed. You get up in the morning, you click on the computer, you see all these pictures, and it's all you think of is the picture and the image that you see all day, every day. And you don't see the human form. And I think when Nina Simone put out music, you loved her voice. That's what she wanted you to love. That was her instrument. but you didn't get brainwashed by her day-to-day life and what her child is wearing and who she's dating and, all the things that really, it's not your business, and it shouldn't influence the way you listen to the voice and the art, but it does.
Welcome back to the show. This is Living Your Truth with Tavares. Thank you all so very much for being with me today. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Today's show on Reframe and Redirect. Look, there's a lot of good gems in here. Run it back if you have to. Share it with a friend, a family member, a coworker. Share it with someone you know is struggling with just showing up to themselves. Maybe they're a little on edge. Maybe you've noticed this. Ask them, talk to them, speak to your friends, speak to your coworkers, speak to your family member, okay? Make some gentle suggestions. Hey, have you tried to reframe and redirect? What is that? Check out this podcast. I just heard it from Tavares. Check it out. He uses it. The reason I use reframing and redirecting because it helps me to see what I may be missing. As a person with ADHD, anxiety disorder, and PTSD, I can miss things. Sometimes I become hyper-focused. I can miss things. It's not all that hard for me to miss things, so I have to reframe. I have to redirect. I have to slow it down. When my anxiety starts to build up, I feel it in my body first. It's not in my mind. It's not in my thoughts. It's in my body. My body feels like it's under threat. So I have to do things immediately. I need tools in my tool belt. What's your tool belt looking like? Because I got a whole bunch of tools in my tool belt because I know what it means to be me. I'm intentional about being me. I don't just get up, put on my clothes, and roll out into the day. I show up to my day. I affect my day. But that's just me. So I hope that you've learned something today. I hope that you're able to take whatever you want from this opportunity, from this experience, and you utilize what you can and what you can't. And you shape it and frame it for yourself. If you have comments, questions, or concerns, or just want to say hello, you can email me at livingyourtruthpodcast@gmail.com. If you are on Twitter, we are at LIVIN, the letter U, the letter R, and then the word truth, living your truth on X. If you're on TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, we are at Living Your Truth Podcast, traditionally spelling, nothing special, just Living Your Truth Podcast. I want to hear from y'all. Hit me up, email me, tap in, let me know what's good. Let me know what you think about the podcast. Give me some feedback. Are you loving it? Are you liking it? Is it cool? Are you adding, liking, and sharing and subscribing it? Yeah. I want to thank all of y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in, no matter where you are around the world. Maybe you're getting your nails done. Maybe you're at the beach. Maybe you're in the car sitting in traffic on the way home. Maybe you're on the way to dinner with your lovely significant other. Whatever the case is, I want to thank you for being here. I want you to know how much you matter to me. I want you to know how much I adore you all. And I want you guys to continue to show up to yourself and be the better versions of yourself. Okay? I love you all. Until the next time, you know what it is. Live your truth. Peace.
Next time on Living Your Truth with Tavares.
Know your triggers. What's triggering you on the next Living Your Truth with Tavares? Be sure to email us at livingyourtruthpodcast@gmail.com. And if you're on Twitter, we are at LIVINUR And if you're on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, we are at Living Your Truth Podcast. You just have to be willing to put yourself out there. And once you do, the magic will begin to happen.
I'm happy to use my life as an example so that others can learn. You may have to let some things go before you become successful. Success looks different on everybody, and so does the process. Some of you want success but don't want to let go of the exact thing that's in your way of obtaining success. You can't have it both ways. Welcome to Living Your Truth with Tavares. Wow, thank you. I am living in my blessing. Thank you so much. This is great. Wow.